Hey everyone, and welcome to the TQQQ Challenge channel. I'm thrilled to announce that I've just launched a brand new free investment simulation game right on my website, tqqchallenge.com. This isn't just any game. It's a powerful tool designed to help you test various investment strategies, including those for TQQQ, SPY, QQQ, and QLD. You'll get hands-on practice making monthly investment decisions using real historical data, and you can watch your simulated portfolio grow, or shrink, over time. It's a fantastic way to learn and build your financial intuition. Now, before you dive into the simulator, if you haven't already, I highly recommend watching my video Cash vs SPY vs QQQ vs QLD vs TQQQ, 30-year showdown. It provides a great foundation for understanding the assets available in the game and the long-term perspectives we discuss on the TQQQ Challenge channel. Ready to play? It's easy to get started. First, head over to my website at tqqchallenge.com. You can find a direct link on my YouTube channel page, or just type it into your browser. Once you're on the website's first page, you'll see a big button that says Play the Game. Click on that, and it will take you to the game's setup page, titled Investment Simulator Setup, which will open in a new tab, likely on Python Anywhere where the game is hosted. On this setup page, you have several options to customize your simulation. You can choose a start year from 2011 all the way up to the current year, and then pick any start month from January to December. For your investment options, you can select one of 5 choices: Cash, SPY, which tracks the S&P 500, QQQ, for the NASDAQ 100, QLD, a 2x leveraged NASDAQ 100 ETF, or TQQQ, the 3x leveraged NASDAQ 100 ETF. And this is important, you can also select the price type for the game. You have 2 choices here. The first is chart price, split adjusted only, which uses prices adjusted for stock splits but not for ordinary cash dividends, closely matching many financial charts. The second option is total return, split and dividend adjusted, which uses prices adjusted for both splits and dividends, assuming they are reinvested. This mode gives you a picture of an investment's total growth and will generally show higher returns for dividend-paying ETFs like SPY and QQQ. Let's walk through an example together. I'm going to compare all 5 investment options by investing $1,000 every month for 13 months. We'll look at the volatile period of 2020, which included the COVID stock market crash in March, running the simulation from December 2019 to December 2020. Remember, you can pick any time frame you like. First, I'll start with cash. On the setup page, I'll type 2019 for the year and 12 for December. I'll select cash as the investment and choose chart price, though for cash, the price type won't make a difference. Then, I'll click Start Simulation. The simulation screen appears, showing investment simulation, cash, and the current month, December 2019. It also confirms I'm playing with chart price, split adjusted. The current price of cash is not applicable, and all initial values like total cash invested and current investment value are at $0. Notice the label Amount to Invest this month, at displayed month-end price. This tells us our investment uses the month-end closing price. I'll type 1,000 into the investment box and click the green Invest and go to Next Month button. Now, the screen updates to January 2020. Total cash invested is $1,000, current investment value is $1,000, and performance is 0%. I'm going to continue this process, investing $1,000 each month, for all 13 months. Okay, after investing $1,000 for 13 months in cash, from December 2019 to December 2020, my total cash invested is $13,000, and the current investment value is also $13,000, so the performance is 0%. That's what we'd expect with cash. Now I'll click the red End Simulation Now button. The results page appears, showing my portfolio history. Next, let's try SPY. I'll click Start a new simulation. For the settings, I'll again enter year 2019, month 12, but this time select SPY as the investment, and keep the price type as chart price. Then, start simulation. The screen shows investment simulation, SPY, and for December 2019, the current price of SPY, $321.86, month-end closing price. If you were to check a historical SPY chart, you'd find this matches the closing price for December 31st, 2019. All the other initial values are 0. I'll type 1,000 to invest and click Invest and go to next month. For January 2020, the current price of SPY is now $321.73. My total cash invested is $1,000, total shares held is 3.1069, the current investment value is $999.60, and performance is minus 0.04%, as SPY's price dipped slightly from the December close. I'll continue investing $1,000 for all 13 months. After 13 months with SPY and clicking End Simulation Now, the results are in. Total original cash invested is $13,000, the final investment value is $15,273.86, giving an overall performance of 17.49%. That's an extra $2,273 compared to just holding cash. Now, let's look at QQQ. I'll click Start a new simulation, enter year 2019, month 12, choose QQQ, and stick with chart price. Then, start simulation. For December 2019, the current price of QQQ is $212.61, month-end closing price, which you can verify against a QQQ chart for December 31st, 2019. I'll invest $1,000 and click Invest and go to next month. In January 2020, the QQQ price is $219.07. My total cash invested is $1,000, I hold 4.7034 shares, the current investment value is $1,030.38, and performance is 3.04% because QQQ rose. I will continue investing $1,000 monthly. After 13 months with QQQ, the results show total original cash invested $13,000, final investment value $16,710.23, and an overall performance of 28.54%. That's about $3,710 more than cash. Let's move on to the leveraged ETFs, starting with QLD, 2x leveraged QQQ. Again, start a new simulation. Settings are year 2019, month 12, investment QLD, price type chart price. Then, start simulation. For December 2019, the current price of QLD is $30.47, month-end closing price, which you can verify against a QLD chart for December 31, 2019. I'll invest $1,000 and proceed. In January 2020, QLD's price is $32.19. My total cash invested is $1,000. I have 32.8165 shares. The current investment value is $1,056.20, and performance is 5.62%. I'll keep investing $1,000 monthly. After 13 months with QLD, total original cash invested $13,000, final investment value $20,714.38, and an overall performance of 59.34%. That's about $7,714 more than cash. And finally, let's simulate TQQQ, 3x leverage QQQ. Start a new simulation. Settings, year 2019, month 12, investment TQQQ, price type chart price. Click Start Simulation. For December 2019, the current price of TQQQ is $21.64, month-end closing price, which you can verify against a TQQQ chart for December 31, 2019. I'll invest $1,000 and click Invest and go to next month. In January 2020, TQQQ's price is $23.41. My total cash invested is $1,000. I hold 46.2161 shares. The current investment value is $1,081.92, and performance is 8.19%. I'll continue investing $1,000 each month. After 13 months with TQQQ, total original cash invested $13,000, final investment value $24,619.83, and an overall performance of 89.38%. That's roughly $11,619 more than holding cash through that same period. Now, a quick but important note on the price types. If you were to choose the total return price type, which is adjusted for both splits and dividends, you generally see higher performance for dividend-paying ETFs like SPY and QQQ compared to their chart price performance. This is because the total return mode includes the impact of reinvested dividends. For leveraged ETFs like QLD and TQQQ, the total return mode still primarily reflects their leveraged price movements, as their dividend distributions, if they have any, are typically structured differently. And of course, remember that if you run a simulation for a down market, such as the 12 months of 2022, cash would likely provide the best, or least negative, return, while leveraged ETFs like TQQQ would show the largest losses. That's the nature of leverage. I truly hope you enjoy playing with this investment simulation game. It's a great way to learn how different assets behave and to practice your monthly investment decisions using historical data to see how your portfolio might grow. As we discussed in my videos on Enhanced Dollar Cost Averaging, EDCA, you can even use this simulator to practice varying your investment amounts, perhaps buying more during simulated market dips and less during peaks. If you found this video and the game helpful, please be sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more content, and leave a comment below. And as always, this content is for informational and entertainment purposes only. I'm not a financial advisor, so please make sure your investment decisions align with your personal financial goals and risk tolerance. Thanks for watching, and happy investing!